Good evening. Welcome to South Asia Newsline. I'm Lepakshi Khurana. Here are the top stories we're tracking for you on Monday, the 15th of December. Will not end protest until judicial committee is formed, says Imran Khan. President Ghani reviews security situation as Taliban continues strikes on Kabul. And tourists enjoy as India's Shimla gets first snowfall. And now for all the details, the ongoing anti-government protest will continue till the formation of a judicial commission, Pakistan Tehreek-e-Insaf or PTI chairman Imran Khan has said. This comes as the PTI held a shutdown protest in Lahore on Monday against the Nawaz Sharif government. Party workers blocked key roads to the city, forcing traffic off the road. They also held sit-in demonstrations across Lahore, considered one of the strongholds of Prime Minister Sharif. Clashes were reported on Monday between the supporters of the PTI and the government as the protesters try to enforce shutdown in some areas of the city. The party is organising shutdown across Pakistan against the government, seeking a judicial probe into vote rigging allegations during the 2013 general elections. The party has also called for a nationwide blockade to pressurise the government. Afghanistan President Ashraf Ghani on Sunday pledged to overhaul security in the country. This comes after a dozen of people were killed in a string of Taliban attacks over the past few days. A report.
Afghan President Ashraf Ghani on Sunday vowed to shake up security in the country following a recent spike in terror attacks in the country. President Ghani said the targeted attacks both on civilians and the security forces by the Taliban were unacceptable.
دلتا اجتماعی وجدان باید په یو غږ ووایي بسته نور نه منو دا اعمال د منلو وړ نه دي دا اسلامي نه دي دا انساني نه دي او دا ټولنه باید په یو غږ آواز جګ کړي خاصتا علمای کرام نه غواړو ټول قومي رهبران نه ټول د مدني ټولنې غړو نه چې په یو آواز جګ سي ترور نه منو.
The Afghan president's reaction comes after a string of Taliban attacks rocked the capital Kabul over the weekend. At least 20 people, including 2 foreign soldiers and a Supreme Court official, were killed in a series of gun and suicide attacks in capital Kabul since Friday. Taliban has claimed responsibility for both the attacks.
As Bangladesh is preparing to observe Victory Day on Tuesday, marking 43 years of its creation, people paid tributes to those killed during the 1971 Liberation War. Millions, including hundreds of intellectuals, were killed by Pakistan Army as it tried to crush the independence movement.
Thousands assembled at the Martyrs Intellectuals Memorial in capital Dhaka on Sunday to pay their respects to the fallen heroes. The day is observed in memory of hundreds of intellectuals, academicians, doctors and other professionals who were abducted and killed by pro-Pakistan forces on December 14, 1971, just 2 days before Bangladesh gained independence. Many said the country should stand united to bring those who committed the biggest crime in its history to book.
মহান 14 ডিসেম্বর এই 14 ডিসেম্বরে 14 ডিসেম্বরে ঢাকা বিশ্ববিদ্যালয়ের শিক্ষকদের রাজাকার বাহিনীর মদতে নিষ্ঠুরভাবে হত্যা করা হয়েছে এই হত্যাকাণ্ড যারা ঘটিয়েছে তাদের বিচার শুরু হয়েছে দুই একটা বিচারের রায় হয়েছে এবং অধিকাংশ বিচার এখনো আনফিনিশড অবস্থায় রয়েছে আমি তাদের বিচার চাই এবং এই দেশের জনগণকে এই বিচারের পক্ষে সমর্থন দেওয়ার জন্য আমি সর্বস্তরের জনগণকে অনুরোধ জানাচ্ছি
Bangladeshi civil society and activists also organized similar programs to mark the occasion. Activists urged the government to initiate war crimes trial of the Jamaat-e-Islami, the country's largest Islamic party, which fought along the Pakistan Army in 1971.
যেমন মুক্তিযোদ্ধারা অস্ত্র হাতে নিয়ে যুদ্ধ করেছেন এবারে এই সব মানুষরা আইনের অস্ত্র হাতে নিয়ে নতুন করে মুক্তিযুদ্ধ করছেন এবং তার ফলেই এই যুদ্ধাপরাধীদের বিচার নিশ্চিত হচ্ছে বিচার সমাপ্ত হচ্ছে এবং রায় কার্যকর করা হচ্ছে আমরা আশা করব এটা চলমান প্রক্রিয়া এগিয়ে যাবে এবং তার সঙ্গে যুদ্ধাপরাধী দল হিসেবে যাদেরকে চিহ্নিত করা হয়েছে জামাতে ইসলামী বা তার দোসররা তাদেরকে বিচারের কাঠগড়ায় এনে এখানে তাদের রাজনীতি বন্ধ করতে হবে।
The Gono Jagran Manch, or People's Resurgence Platform of Bangladesh, which for long championed the demand for trial of war criminals, also organized a candlelight march in the capital as part of the day. The event was also attended by families of Liberation War veterans. The Awami League government, headed by Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina, had formed the International War Crimes Tribunal in 2010 to try the local collaborators of the Pakistan Army. The tribunal has so far convicted more than a dozen accused, mainly leaders of the Jamaat, while many others are facing trials.
Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi wants the nation to unite in the fight against drug addiction. His comments come amid an increasing concern that drug use is spreading amongst young people. The Indian Prime Minister raised the issue of drugs in his latest radio address to the nation on Sunday.
During his third national radio address on Sunday, Prime Minister Narendra Modi urged the people to come together to fight drug addiction. He warned of the serious health problems associated with drug use and its impact on the families of those addicted. He also says that the money spent by drug users could be funding militant activities in the country. The Prime Minister is looking to target the increasing use of drugs by Indian youth in his campaign. He has announced a 24-hour toll-free helpline for addicts and is also looking to start a social media campaign against drug use.
देखिए, नरेंद्र मोदी आज लोगों की उम्मीद के प्रतीक हैं और जो लोग भी ड्रग्स भी लेते हैं और जो नरेंद्र मोदी जी ने जो उनको समझाने की कोशिश की है उससे जरूर फर्क पड़ेगा। हिंदुस्तान नौजवानों का देश है और नौजवान ड्रग में शामिल नहीं हो सकते, पूरा प्रयास करना पड़ेगा।
Drug use has long been a problem in India. Since the 1980s, large amounts of drugs are smuggled through Indian provinces, especially in border areas. The northern province of Punjab has been worst hit owing to its proximity to Pakistan. The provincial government estimates that more than 70% of its youth are abusing drugs that are readily available. And critics say the government needs to do more than what has been announced to tackle this crisis.
One has to understand that unless you take up solid programs for socio-economic development, this is one of the course which is apparently very lucrative and inducing for those unemployed youth. Therefore, I think only talking about drug funds going to finance terror networks is only seeing part of the reality.
Prime Minister Narendra Modi's emotional appeal to the youth of the nation is being seen as a step in the right direction. But those working for the cause feel India needs an action-oriented strategy to prevent more youth from becoming drug addicts before the problem spirals out of control. Avneet Arora for South Asia Newsline in New Delhi.
Educational standards of Pakistan-occupied Kashmir or POK lag behind those in the region. The youth here are victims of a collapsing sector and with the dropout rate at an all-time high, academics fear an uncertain future. A report.
The children of Pakistan-occupied Kashmir face a bleak future as most schools here function without any basic facilities. Today, less than a quarter of the 4 million population can read and write.
हमारा सबसे बड़ा इशू जो है, हम ये क्लेम तो करते हैं कि हमारे यहाँ जो है बहुत लिटरेसी रेट पाकिस्तान से बहुत ज़्यादा है, लेकिन जो हमारा इशू है क्वालिटी ऑफ एजुकेशन बिल्कुल नहीं है। जो सरकारी स्कूलों से बच्चे निकल रहे हैं वो हम तोते प्रोड्यूस कर रहे हैं, तालीम याफ्ता नस्ल प्रोड्यूस नहीं कर रहे जिनने रट रटा के लिया है।
The region survived a massive earthquake in October 2005 and has since been getting large tranches of international aid for reconstruction. But there are thousands of schools across the region where there are no students, no teachers and in many cases no buildings, yet hundreds of thousands of dollars are diverted on account of these non-existent schools. The government keeps making tall claims about upgrading education in the region but has done precious little to bring about a change. The literacy rate has barely grown 20% in the last 63 years.
Schools कागजों में पाए जा रहे हैं, practically ज़मीन पर नहीं है। एक ये इशू है गो स्कूल, एक इशू ये है कि आपके स्कूल्स में एनरोलमेंट ही नहीं है, यानी स्कूल जो है आपका उसमें स्टाफ जो है अगर 400 बच्चों के लिए है तो बच्चे 200 भी नहीं है। कई ऐसे इदारे आज़ाद कश्मीर में हैं जहां बच्चे अगर 4 हैं तो उस्ताद 10 हैं और इस पे हुकूमत कोई तवज्जो नहीं दे रही।
Most schools still function in the open or from tattered tents. Enrollment is low as students are exposed to the harsh Himalayan weather. Nakash complained of an underpaid staff, including the teachers who say they have not been paid salaries for more than a year.
इस वक्त भी मैं दावे से कहता हूं कि जो दूर दराज इलाके तो दरकिनार शहरी इलाकों में बहुत से ऐसे स्कूल हैं जहां उस्ताद जो हैं वो खुद या तो मुल्क से बाहर हैं या आज़ाद कश्मीर से बाहर हैं या वहां दूर दराज जगह पे जा नहीं सकते। उन्हें मुकामी तौर पे 5,000 से 6,000, 7,000, मैक्सिमम 8,000 रुपए पे मुकामी लोगों को तैनात किया हुआ है।
The government has made conscious efforts to deny students of POK proper education as it fears educated youth would question the existing corrupt system and demand freedom.
Kenyan cricket team began their Pakistan tour with a match against the Pakistan A team. Kenya is the first international team to visit the country since March 2009 following an attack on Sri Lankan national team.
Amid tightened security, a 15-member Kenyan national team began their 5-match series against Pakistan A team over the weekend. With the tournament, Pakistan Cricket Board or PCB is hoping to bring international cricket back to the country after a break of 5 years. PCB officials said the successful conduct of the series will encourage other teams also to tour the country.
दुनिया की टीम का आना जो है बहुत अच्छा ओमन है और जिस तरह की उनको प्रेसिडेंशियल और प्राइम मिनिस्ट्रल सिक्योरिटी दी जा रही है उससे टीम के जो मेंबर्स हैं जो मैनेजमेंट है बहुत खुश है और वो लाहौर में आकर कद्दाफी स्टेडियम में आकर अपना जो हिस्सा है वो पाकिस्तान क्रिकेट में वो डाल रहे हैं और मेरा ख्याल है कि ये सीरीज़ जो है ये आने वाले वक्तों में पाकिस्तान की क्रिकेट के लिए जो इंटरनेशनल क्रिकेट के जो दरवाजे हैं वो बिल्कुल ओपन कर देगी।
International teams abandoned Pakistan after a terrorist attack on a Sri Lankan team bus in March 2009. 6 policemen and the bus driver were killed in the strike while some Lankan players suffered injuries. Ever since, Pakistan has been hosting their home matches in the United Arab Emirates.
A cold wave has gripped the country. The fresh spell of Himalayan snow has wrapped most of North India in white blanket. It is also attracting heavy tourist footfall in hill stations. Take a look at how tourists welcomed season's first snowfall with great fervour.
India's northern state of Himachal Pradesh woke up to witness the Queen of Hills covered with a thick blanket of snow over the weekend. Causing a sharp drop in the mercury, the northern state recorded temperatures as low as 3.2 degrees in Shimla. Amid great glee and excitement, scores of tourists thronged the hill town of Kurfi to enjoy the long-awaited snowfall.
आज सुबह जब हम उठे, आज वापसी का दिन था हमारा, तो शिमला में हल्की बर्फबारी देखी, तो हमने रीप्लान किया कुफरी आने का। आगे रास्ता बंद है, लेकिन हमें यहीं काफ़ी मज़ा आ रहा है, तो हम एंजॉय कर रहे हैं और काफ़ी अच्छा लग रहा है बर्फबारी देखकर।
जब आके हमने देखा कि बहुत बारिश थी, बहुत मन परेशान हुआ कि बारिश में कैसे आ गए, ठंड भी बहुत लग रही थी। और जब सुबह उठे हम आज सुबह, तो ऐसा लगा कि वाइट चादर सभी बिछी हुई है, दरख्त वाइट हुए हैं, तो ऐसा लग रहा है कि जन्नत में आ गए हैं तो।
Meanwhile, hoteliers and residents of Shimla were all smiles as the snow also ended dry spell in their business.
यहाँ पिछले 13 तारीख को बर्फ़ शुरू हो गई, अभी तो चली हुई है, तो इससे हमारा भी फ़ायदा हो जाएगा। कुछ होटल खुल जाएगा, टूरिस्ट भी आ जाएगा और ये खुशक मौसम था वो ख़त्म हो गए, इससे बहुत फ़ायदा होगा।
Nearby hill towns of Manali and Kinnaur also experienced moderate snowfall. Met officials have said temperatures will continue to dip due to strong velocity icy winds lashing northern India till December 24th.
Well, that's the way it was in South Asia this evening. Before we conclude, the top stories once again. Will not end protest until judicial committee is formed, says Imran Khan. President Ghani reviews security situation as Taliban continues strikes on Kabul. And tourists enjoy as India's Shimla gets first snowfall. Now our viewers can watch the show on SouthAsiaNewsline.com. You can also visit us on Facebook.com/SAsiaNewsline and follow us on Twitter @SAsiaNewsline. That's all in tonight's edition. We'll see you same time tomorrow. Good night.